All right, so we have an Xbox here, and for those of you that may recognize this, may have some nostalgia towards this. Yes, it is the Halo edition. Um, and it don't work. In fact, actually, I folded over the stickers, but these have barcodes on them that you should be able to slightly see through the packaging. Kind of see the barcode there. I don't want to dox anyone. These came from, so I folded them over. This came from a shop. And the notes that I have state that it was not repairable due to having an exposed power supply. So, yeah. Apparently, whoever worked on it wasn't aware that that is how we used to do things back in the day. They had exposed power supplies on the inside. Um, let's see. Ooh, allergy season's a hell of a drug. All right, so let's see. I think it should be this Torx bit. Yeah. It was obviously open because we're missing a screw here. Let's see if I can make more space by shoving my keyboard back. Yeah, not by much. Okay. It's got an exposed key, or a keyboard that, Jimmy Christmas, a screw right there, that is missing. I mean, it's a console from, well, I don't know what year because somebody also removed the serial plate from it. So, whoop, that is tightened. And then apparently it was to a place called videogamescentral.com. Holy cow, that's hot. Central.com. We're going to need this. If anybody wants to sponsor this channel by being a tool partner, I'm happy to consider them. So, anyways, we've got this there. I'm going to need some new rubber feet. Ow, I stabbed myself. It didn't actually hurt. I just wanted to say ow. Okay. So we're going to get these screws out. And this is a rather nice condition console, I'm not going to lie. But apparently it wasn't repairable. And then it was abandoned. So we're going to find out what I can do to repair this wonderful beauty here. All right. So with these, we just kind of do a little and then shake it like a Polaroid picture. Okay. Put that baby down there in a safe spot. All right. So with these old consoles, somebody used like a screwdriver or something to try and get into it. You kind of see the scratches. So that means that we're probably going to have to replace the rubber band on it. With these old consoles, they have a little IDE cable here. We're going to pull that back. And then they have a peripheral power connection that never ever wants to come out. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. And we're just going to go ahead, carefully wind that through. And then, oh yeah, and that's missing the screw that goes there. So they got in here and then saw this and said, oh God, what on earth shall we do? It's got an exposed power supply that you could, if you touched it like a dummy, hurt yourself or kill yourself on. Oh, I got some dust. But you should be able to see immediately the problem that we have. We have some capacitors that are bad. Electrolytic capacitors. These are no bueno. So go ahead and put back my tweezers. Did they take out the screws that go in? They took out the screws that hold the disk drive in place. Okay. We're going to have to get those at some point replaced. All right. There we go. Just gonna grab this. We're gonna grab this IDE PATA cable. All right, and then they had the disk drive unplugged already, I think, or my Jocelyn did it. All right, and then just come in here, pull that off. All right, you can see the PlayStation 5 from the last video here. Thankfully, this one doesn't have any roaches in it, so that's a benefit. That's a massive benefit. Okay, so I have not plugged this in at all because it's no power. At least that's the reported thing there. So I'm not really concerned about it shocking or electrocuting me. Let's see where to go from here. Well, we'll unplug the fan. I'm sure the fan is lovely at this point. We'll unplug the power button stuff from the front cable there. We'll unplug the USB connection that is on these original Xboxes. This was just USB. That connection is just a USB port with a special cable end, proprietary end. Let's see. Do I need to switch? I do need to switch. Okay. Now, go. So this puppy should just lift straight out. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any other concerns about this board? No. It looks pretty good. I mean, obviously it's really messed up and nasty looking. Just from years of dust and debris and whatnot. What was the way to see what revision the board is? Could have sworn there was a diagnosis or a designation written on it. I remember MagJack. So MagJack is this thing right here. I remember MagJack because MagJack was inside of the Magic Jack, which was something related to the internet back in the day. Being able to make a phone call was a VoIP thing. You like bought it one time and you had unlimited phone calls or something like that. Let's see. I can't remember how to determine what the board number is on these. But that's kind of inconsequential. Okay, so all the capacitors and everything look good here. I mean, obviously, aside from the ones that, we have the issue with, those are obviously going to be problem children. So let's go ahead and hop this over to the side. And see, we have 3,300 microfarads, so 3,300 UF, microfarads, 6.3 volts. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Okay. Otherwise, like the clock capacitor is perfectly fine. It's not bubbling. I don't see any trace damage at all. This looks like a good board. I don't even have to get under the microscope. I was kind of hoping for microscope time in this video, but I don't see any need for a microscope right now. Yeah. All right. Well, let me hop on over to Amazon and order the stuff that I need. I've got this. Hi. I could have sworn I ordered the other ones that were, it doesn't matter. The image showed black ones. I wanted to put back, something that looked like the same, but the values are the same. So that's where we're at. I got all the holes cleared out. So if you're ever in a situation where you're doing something like this, remember that little line that I was talking about? That's your negative. That'll also be a line right here. That's where the negative lead goes. I'm just going to go ahead and feed all of these through the holes. And yeah, we'll just kind of get that all sorted and get them all put in. And I guess I'll be back after the boring part's done. Part of the boring part. The next part's soldering, which isn't exactly not boring either. All right, and then I've got the legs bent, so this way they're all in place. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go through and solder and get all of these set up. Put a little bit of flux down. Flux helps to clean the surface area and protect the solder as it flows, and then actually help it to flow in to where it's supposed to be. Then we're going to do something kind of sketchy because I didn't think about the fact that I should probably set up the soldering station. So I've just got my soldering iron right here. This is going to take us a few seconds to do. And we'll and be done and move on from there. There's that. That's done. Nice and easy. We're just going to go through and cut these legs. Usually the white one has acetone in it, but I haven't been working in tech for about a year. So doing stuff like this, I just haven't had a need for acetone. Acetone can react poorly with certain enamels and stuff like that. So know the composition of what you're working with, because you don't want to damage your board or any plastics. All right, now what we're going to focus on is this right here. These heat sinks have never been removed, or at least I would assume they've never been removed. So we're going to go ahead and carefully pop them off. This is going to require some. Oh yeah, that's on there. Oh, that's an old NVIDIA. Okay, I'm going to grab something that's not as abrasive, and I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this up. Anyways, as I'm going through cleaning and getting everything kind of rubbed down with alcohol, I was just kind of thinking about all the games that I used to play with these Xboxes, and they really did a good job. So the GPU, which is what I'm cleaning off right now, is a custom NVIDIA chip. It was a NV2A chip. I believe it ran at like 200 megahertz or 233 or something like that, 266 for the clock speed, and then it shared the RAM, which is right here, with the CPU, which was a Intel Pentium 3 based chip, 32-bit, all that fun jazz. Which is the CPU here, which this I know for a fact was a 733 megahertz, and there was another one that has the same socket as this. that ran at like 900 or a 1 gigahertz clock speed, which was pretty, you know, badass. 128 kilobits of L2 cache, and 133 megahertz on the front side bus. I believe I'll throw some stats up on the the screen, probably here. It's probably already on the screen, knowing how I like to edit. Right now, I don't really want to risk damaging this by trying to break away this epoxy, but I also don't need the epoxy to be uneven. But yeah, so all of that operated with 64 megabytes of DDR. I think it was DDR, just regular DDR RAM. The big part about the Xbox, and I mean, yeah, basically, like even the Nintendo Switch is, you know, just a glorified computer. But the thing with it is like the big selling point, specifically with the Xbox, was this GPU was a GeForce 3 GPU. And so, you know, with DirectX 8.1 compatibility, and 4-pixel pipelines. So like it was a standard GeForce. It just had some custom chipping to handle communication between CPU and GPU, and shared memory buses and stuff like that. At least that's what I understood. Xbox is DirectX box, right? So the key to it is DirectX. Oh. All right. That's the nicest we're gonna get it. All right. I got her back together. And let's go ahead, plug her in. Oops, hitting buttons. Ooh. We got lights. Let me see if I can hold everything in place. We got lights. I need a data cable. Let's see. But yeah, we gotta fix that. Oh. There might be a game in here though. Oh. Well, it might automatically boot into a game. Let me go get the oh, there's a game spinning in there. Ooh. All right, give me a second. Let me go find a display cable. And we can figure out what we got. All right. So I can't find my cord. I could have sworn it was right there with my other original Xbox. I went through my bin of stuff. I have it unplugged, right? Yeah, okay, good. But I hopped on Amazon. We've got one coming, and we'll roll from there. So now we have power. So that's a positive note. That's a very positive note. So let's get this unplugged. Okay. And we'll throw this down on the floor. Get these screws out. Warranty void if seal damaged. I mean, I think at this point, the warranty may not be applicable. I'm just taking a guess. I'm like throwing it out there as a possibility that, you know, we might not have a warranty here. You know, not one of my favorite games, but definitely going to be a game that we're going to want to play with. Oh, let me see if I can get it off. I got it. Okay, let go. Okay, here we go. What game do you guys think it's going to be? I'm going to flip it over in 3, 2, 1. Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. Interesting. I never played this. It's literally like, I mean, the disc looks great. I don't see any degradation to the data layer. We'll have to grab my lab bench power supply. It does not want to let go of this drive at all. There we go. I'm gonna have to do some voltage injection with my LBPS. Okay, went through the process of replacing the basically the rubber band on the inside there. Hit the button in the process too. And now the disk drive goes in and out. So that's a fantastic sign. So now we're just waiting for the cable to come in, and we'll see if this puppy works or not. All right, so I mean at this time, this is actually several days later. So we got in some cables here, the composite cables for the Xbox, along with a power cord. I'm not really too concerned about that. There was a power cord that was made that had like a fuse box or something like that on it. For the original Xbox. And that was due to a fire risk or something like that. We're gonna go and plug this in. Gonna have it set to 720p. Apparently it can do 1080p. I don't know how much faith I put into, a $15 thing, but hey. It says that it can do it, so I'm getting the Xbox plugged in, and we're gonna press the power button and see what we get. Ooh, immediately! Look at that! All right, AVNTSC. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's been disconnected from the clock. That is so awesome. Oh, look at that puppy purr. I mean, it shouldn't purr. That'd be a problem. I did find out that one screw that was missing is actually a crack in the case. The standoff was damaged, probably from somebody over-tightening. I need a controller. I don't have one of those. Give me a second. All right, fantastic. I have a controller. I just don't have the other end. Why do you do this to us, Microsoft? Actually, I know why they did this, but it still sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this video because obviously this puppy works. Throw Crash Bandicoot in to the disk drive that spins up. Maybe it'll take us there. I don't know. Power back on. Maybe it'll keep the clock set. Let's see. So much nostalgia. Oh, so amazing. And yeah, for the younger viewers in the audience, that screen tearing thing happened during the start. Yeah, no, it wants the time and date. Dagnammit. Well, that's gonna be it for this situation. But we have the Xbox working, and that's fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait to be able to play with it. This controller also needs joysticks caps. Probably the joysticks are probably fine. These things are like bulletproof. But yeah, it's gonna need new caps. And I'll get it figured out. I'll get it worked out. I'm really excited. This is fantastic. Oh, just watch it. Just enjoy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Don't be afraid to dive on into the rift. Subscribe. Oh, this is so freaking cool. So